Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. I'm heading down Trafalgar from the 401 to make my way into Burlington. That is where I will film today's video, but I thought I would take you along on the journey down there. It's a beautiful, beautiful day. Sunny, but it's a little chilly. -6, which is probably around 18 Fahrenheit, something like that. Just going over the overpass. So I'm going south. I got Mississauga to the left, and I've got Milton to the right, which is west. Fun fact, there's literally like next to no snow here. You go a little further north and there's a lot of snow. It's amazing how the line can be drawn in the sand, so to speak. And on one side of the road, there's tons of it, and the other side, there's none. Gas is $1.53.9. It's more expensive. I firmly believe that they try to get you used to $1.50. And they've been doing that for the last number of years. Because now when I see anything under $1.50, I'm like, oh, this is good. How did that become good? Oh my gosh, it's so expensive. Going over the CN tracks, whether it's the CN tracks or whatever, but anyways, going over the rail line here. The GO train comes through here. It's only a matter of time before all this farmland is chewed up and turned into housing or industrial space or something to that degree. The rate of development that we see is astronomical. I mean, you know, you go into any city in the GTA, that's the Greater Toronto Area, anywhere in that area, and you're seeing development go on like it's unstoppable. I mean, we need housing, but I don't think we need more condos. I think really it comes down to people need a break. People need affordable housing, right? Things that they can afford to buy. The problem is when we are in this society that we are in, which is capitalism, you know, I see so much. Like, we're behind the 8 ball in so many ways. We can't develop, we can't build enough housing to accommodate all the people that need housing. And right now, there is tons of people that need housing, but they're living in places that are cramped, unsafe, unkept. Landlords just can bring people in and it rents out for crazy amounts of money. And at the end of it, I mean, you're rubbing two sticks together hoping to start a fire. You know what I mean? Like, you're trying to make as much money as you possibly can to maybe even buy a home. You know, the younger generation, man, they are having a hard time of it. I mean, I went out with my brother the other week, and for a pint of beer, depending on if you got domestic or imported, the imported was $11.50 and the domestic was $10.50. I just can't see the younger generations being able to go out and party and do the things that I did when I was younger. I mean, I know it's a different landscape, but it's a landscape that is very difficult for a lot of people. I mean, even when you go to the grocery store, things are crazy expensive. Food is crazy expensive. And I just don't see things going back down. Like, I don't. I mean, property taxes don't go down, right? I don't see gas prices fluctuate, but they've pretty much got us at about $1.50. The disposable income for people these days, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. I mean, I've seen Starbucks in different parts of the city close down. There's been a few of them over in Milton that have closed. I mean, granted, too many popped up at once, but still, at some point, people only have so much money to dish out for a coffee or a latte. Most people just go to Tim Hortons, and if they don't go to Tim Hortons, they bring it from home. Yeah, that was a real negative way to start the video. Sorry about that. I don't even know how I got into that. But certainly affordable housing we definitely need. I'm seriously surprised this land is still like it is right now. I am so surprised that it hasn't been turned into a full-on development of a plaza, housing, condos, or something. I am really surprised. It's a good day to make a video, though. I have a number of appointments in Burlington tonight, so I thought this would be a great opportunity to head down earlier in the day and film a few videos before I have to attend some meetings. I may even have time to get a video in Oakville. That'd be good. Okay, we'll take the 407. We will take. Kind of speed things up. I just don't want to get hit with any traffic that's going on in Oakville right now. Looks like someone may have taken out the lamppost. Or maybe they're just replacing it, who knows. But anytime I see things like that, my brain just goes into that. Yeah, someone wiped out and took it out. All right, let's get on the expensive highway. We're not going too far, so this thing can get very expensive. none of the money goes to Ontario taxpayers. None of it. It was sold off. I don't know who owns it now, but it's worth close to about $35 billion, the 407. It's the worst mistake the Harris government ever did. It was selling this off. Burlington is such a cool place. I really, really like it. And it's so well situated. To everything, it's right on the GO line. So for commuting, it's great. It'll get you into Union Station fairly quickly. The thing, right? The more options you give people to get places, and the more expensive it is to drive, the smart and really inexpensive solution comes down to public transit. As long as you're not on line 1 on the TTC subway. Fortunately, that line seems to be breaking down more and more and more, and the less funding we give it, the more problems we encounter, the longer it's closed. So, the less people are inclined to take it, which then brings more traffic onto the roads. I don't know, I think public transit is the way to go. I mean, unfortunately, I can't do it for my job. Public transit would definitely not work. I think what I'll do is I'm gonna, on my way back, I'm gonna come across the QEW, and I may hit up Sherway Gardens later tonight. Do maybe a mall walk in the new year. See how quiet it is. way station for the trucks. City of Burlington, 184,000 people. It's probably more like 200. I tend to think a lot of these signs are not very accurate. I was talking to my wife the other day, and we were discussing when did putting a population on a sign become a thing? We just seem to take it for granted. But I never looked it up, so I'm not too sure. Got a lot of cranes in the sky. 2 there, there's a few more off to the right. I'm going to make my way down to, I don't know, should I go across Dundas? Yes, that is the same Dundas. That is in downtown Toronto. Dundas is a very, very long street. It goes all the way out to Highway 6 in Waterdown. It's to the west of here. Burlington's been going through such big changes over the years. Again, a lot of condo development, a lot of housing and townhouses and single detached, same old story pretty much everywhere in Southern Ontario. Oakville is seeing the exact same thing. The housing pricing is through the roof. Very expensive. All right, let's go across Dundas, shall we? Burlington Recreation Center here. It's got a public library, a school, just off to the right, or we just passed. Just coming up to Walker's Line. You got Go parking up on the right-hand side. The parking is packed. You just can't see it because of all the bulrushes. Bouncing over the 407, same highway that I just got off before. This would have been the Dundas exit. Let's take the Guelph line down. Going south and Guelph line towards Lake Ontario. That is the direction that we are going. That plaza's looks like it seemed to have an upgrade. Guelph line can get extremely busy in the rush hour time. And the closer we get to the QEW, that's the Queen Elizabeth Way, that's the highway that runs east-west in the south end of the GTA. It gets extremely congested. It's not fun to try to navigate, I'll tell you that. And when the weather turns, it's pretty gross. But this is gorgeous. I mean, honestly. It's been a long time since I've seen Burlington look like this in January. I mean, first off, it's nice because the sun is shining, but also oh, it looks like a funeral procession. Food Basic. It's one of the discount grocers. Montana's Bar and Grill, or Barbecue and Bar, or whatever you want to call it. A lot of Montanas have opened up. It's going over the train tracks. So if I go right, it would take me into Hamilton, but I'm just going to be going straight. And this I'm just going to be crossing over is the QEW. Passing Fairview Street. The Burlington Center on the left-hand side. It's just Burlington's Mall. Could do a video on there too. Kelsey's to the left. Minus 4 degrees now, so it's warming up. Some of the houses in Burlington are just stunning. Absolutely beautiful. What people have done to them. This is Lakeshore. So I think I'm gonna call it here, guys. I'm actually just gonna park and then figure out what I'm doing next. And we'll take it from there. So like I always say, get out and explore. We'll see you on the next video. So I'm not gonna film here. I'm actually gonna go a little further into the downtown core of Burlington, and then we'll start from there. That's the plan.